Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you do not know me, my name is Alyssa and I run a small business called LuluNicoleandCo. And in today's video, we are going to be doing something really fun. I have been working on the 206 cardigan challenge for quite some time now. In that challenge, we are working through every single one of Hobby Lobby's I Love This Yarn colorways and crocheting them into their very own cardigan. So by the end of the challenge, we're hoping to have 206 different cardigans made up. And I am about to start on cardigan number 20 in my challenge, so I'm hitting a bit of a milestone for me. To honor that little bit of a milestone in today's video, I'm going to take you through the entire process of making one of these cardigans, and I'm going to take you through the process of making number 20. When I was picking out which color I wanted to use, which cardigan I wanted to make for this milestone, I decided that I wanted it to be one of the print line colors, and I had one picked out, and then I went to the store and they just didn't have enough yarn at one time for me to make that color. And so I looked around at some of the other print ones that I've been really interested in making and found a color that did have all of the yarn that I did need for that cardigan there. And so I'm going to show you which one we'll be working on in this video. It is called Amber Honey, and it looks like this. It's got beautiful yellows, golds, and blues in it. Oh my goodness, that is so pretty. But we are going to be working on this today. And so in honor of taking you through the entire process of working on this full cardigan, I wanted to start by saying that the start of working on one of these cardigans, first thing that we get to do is we get to go shopping. So I went to Hobby Lobby a few days ago and picked up all 7 balls that we are going to need for this cardigan. Yes, it takes a full 7 to make one of my oversized fit cardies. It does take quite a bit of yarn, but that is okay. We absolutely love using yarn. So we all know that buying yarn and using yarn is 2 very different hobbies. And so I got to do one of my favorite hobbies and go buy some yarn. But that was the first step. The second step is going to be taking this yarn and starting our cardigan. So I'm going to include as many time-lapse clips as I possibly can in this video because I want it to be as comprehensive as possible. So if you've ever made a granny stitch hexagon cardigan, let me go ahead and grab one to show it to you. Okay, this one is another print line one that I just finished in the color Birchwood Cottage, but this cardigan, when you make hexagon granny stitch cardigans, is you make 2 pieces separately first. So you make a hexagon and you basically make this piece. So the arm and the half of a body, and you make 2 of those pieces and then you connect it down the back and throw a border on it. So I am going to start off using my Amber Honey yarn. Starting off in this corner down in the armpit is where you start, and start working up my hexagon with you guys, and it's going to eventually get to this large size. I do multiple rows to get to this larger oversized fit, and then what we do is we'll close up the top from there, work on this sleeve, and then do the cuff last. And then we got to make 2 of them before we can go on to the back. So all of that being said, we are going to grab some yarn. I do use a 6.5 millimeter hook for this first part to work on kind of building out the body of the cardigans. So I'm going to take that 6.5 millimeter hook and go ahead and start that, and I'll let you know when we change hook sizes and do different things. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on this first cardigan and send us into time-lapse mode. All right, so what you just watched was me working through the very first ball of these 7, and I'm going to try to do an update after I work through each yarn ball. The first one worked me through almost 13 rows. I'm in the middle of row 13 right now. This is what the piece is looking like. I think it is looking really good. I love the golds, the yellows, and the blues together. I think it is looking so good. These colors work really well together. I'm always surprised when I look at the print balls with how well they not only look in the ball, because I think that the ball itself, go ahead and take off this second one, the ball itself is beautiful. The way that that looks is so pretty. But then the way that it works up too is also absolutely gorgeous. And so this one's gonna make a beautiful, beautiful cardigan. But as I sit through and talk to you a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and seam up this middle end through the middle. So I am loving working on these cardigans for sure. Absolutely in love with them. I am so excited, and also like I think it's a little bit crazy that we're already at number 20. I wanted to talk about the previous ones that I've done. If you guys haven't seen the videos, or you haven't been caught up, or maybe you have seen the videos and you just haven't seen like this part yet, I have finished so far 19 cardigans. Obviously this is number 20 we're working on, but through working through 19 of them, yeah, I've worked through 3 that are from the print line. I've worked on 1 of the solid colorways. And then the other 15 cardigans that I've done actually fully completed the metallic collection. So I am going to try to have some like shorts or videos. They might already be up, to be honest with you, or I might still be working on them. I'm not sure. But I did finish all 15 that went towards the metallic collection. And so Hobby Lobby, I love this yarn, has different, if you didn't know, has different mini collection series, or like mini, I don't know what to call them, but mini like lines, I guess, in between the different balls that they have. And so, for example, this one has print on it. It's one of their print lines. They have, I believe it's 104 different, no, it's 102 different colorways in their print line. So you're just seeing one of them in this video, but there's 102 different ones according to the website. There's 70 of the solid colors, and there happens to be 15 of the metallic. So the metallic has, I have some of the yarn here, it's got shiny metallic running through it, and so it's really sparkly. I have finished all 15 of those, and I think that's so cool. I'm so excited to, as the time of filming this, I haven't gotten them all together yet. I haven't put them all up. I have like a clothing rack out for Christmas this year, and so I'm excited to put them all together on the little collapsible clothing rack and to see them all together in like a rainbow order. I'm so excited. But if you guys, speaking of all of that, if you guys have not seen the previous videos, if this is the first video of mine you're stumbling upon, if you guys have not seen those videos yet, I recommend going and checking out, if you're on YouTube, going and checking out the shorts that I have, because I have a bunch of like updates showing the different cardigans as I went through them for the 206 cardigan challenge. And then I also have a TikTok that I post over there too, and I tend to post a little bit more on TikTok more than I do on here, so it's a little bit more behind the scenes if you guys want to see that as well, other than the YouTube videos that are also kind of more behind the scenes than the reels would be. But yeah, so I have officially yarn weaved in. We're gonna keep this one out to connect the next ball to it to keep on going, but here is that first one again. It is looking so good, and we're gonna move on and work on the second ball now. So I'm gonna go ahead, I probably won't do a full time lapse with the second ball. I'll probably just do some little clips here and there of me working on it. I'm probably gonna head back to my couch, continue to work. I've been watching Gossip Girl on my TV. I also, in the last YouTube video, I brought it up a little bit. I've been reading through the Harry Potter series and then watching the movies as I read through the series. I have had a bit of trouble getting back into reading lately, and I finally hit the itch again with the Harry Potter books. I've actually never fully read them before. So I can pick this up and show you. You've been leaning against it. I'm reading through Goblet of Fire right now, the 4th one. I just rewatched the first and second movie, and so now I have to go go watch the third movie because I just finished it. So I'll probably put on that movie at some point while working on this cardigan and watch the third movie. And then as I slowly work through this book, eventually I'll get to watching the fourth movie and then through the rest of the series. But I just wanted to put this in here because I do a little bit more than crochet. And so I just wanted to show what else I've kind of got going on in my world. But other than that, I'm going to go ahead and continue with this cardigan, and I will catch back up with you when I've worked through another ball. Right, real quick, as I sit here and get started, I did want to talk about a little bit of some things that I do that make these cardigans a little bit easier to do, something that makes them a little bit more enjoyable as I work through them, as I do work through quite quickly. And one of the big things that I do truthfully, and it's something that you just saw in the last clip, is weaving in my ends as I am working. On this one, the end kind of ended up being towards the bottom, so I will go ahead and crochet over it right here as I am adding on my new ball of yarn. I might do a couple more stitches just to have a little bit more to weave in if I happen to go that way when I'm weaving in. But as I work through this in real time, something that I do love to do is to weave in my ends as I go, and it makes the process so much more enjoyable. Not because I'm weaving in ends all the time, because of course nobody likes that. Just because it gives me a chance to not have to do this at the end, because we all don't like weaving in ends, and so it's something that I do to help. I did officially attach on my next ball, and I'm going to go ahead and get to work, watch a TV show, relax, and I will be back in a little bit to update you when this ball is gone. I am back with the second ball of yarn worked through. We're going to try to get through 3, maybe a little bit more than 3 today. We will see how far we get. We are on row 18 so far. So here's the back. Here is the front side, the wearable side, fully worked up. Obviously it has gotten a little bit bigger. Again, we're on row 18, and the hexagon, what you'll do when you fold it is you'll take just one of these sides and fold it together if you want to see what it's kind of looking like as you work it up. Here is what it is looking like so far. So it is looking mighty cute. Normally if I do my cropped cardigans, I will stop here for what fits me. I'll stop on row 18, but we are going to keep working for the oversized fit so that it's longer and has that like bunchier sleeve to it. But here is how far we got with ball 2. And then I just wanted to talk about a little bit more as I go through a realistic, what it looks like start to finish making one of these cardigans. And we do have some more work today. Again, I said we went through 2 balls so far. I want to try to get through 3 or a little bit more, however long it takes us to finish one complete side of our cardigan all the way down to the cuff. But I wanted to talk about a little bit with this, how I am able to crochet so much. For one, I have spent a lot of time doing this per day, and so I've built up a lot of I want to say like a little bit of wrist strength, and my wrists are kind of used to working this much every day with a similar stitch and working through a lot of yarn. It has been probably about 2 hours, and I've worked through 2 full balls already out of 7. So that's how I'm able to finish these so quickly. The granny stitch is an extremely fast stitch to work through, and I've done so many of these cardigans by now that, you know, I can do it really fast as well, just through repetition of it. But I also wanted to talk about something that I recommend when you are working through a big project, especially a larger wearable such as a cardigan, is as you are working through your project, you're working through a big project, you're working through a little project, say you're working on a big cardigan or you're working on a blanket, you're working on anything that is honestly more than an hour's worth of work, I recommend slowing down, taking a break, sipping some water, you know, moving your wrists a little bit, but just taking a bit of a break, allowing your wrists some time to breathe, allowing your mind a little bit of time to do something different. Something that I'm going to go ahead and do now that I've finished 2 balls and I'm getting ready to start my 3rd is in between working the 1st and 2nd ball, I read a little bit of one of the chapters of Goblet of Fire as I'm reading through this right now. And then now that I just finished the 2nd ball, I'm going to finish up that chapter. So I'm just going to sit down, read like 10-15 pages, just get my mind a little bit clearer and leave my wrists time to have a bit of a break from the repetition of crocheting. And then we are going to hop right back in after I finish that up and start with the 3rd ball and see how far this ball can get us on the first side of the cardigan and see kind of where we get. I did want this video to also be a little bit of seeing how fast I can honestly finish a cardigan. I have never tried to see quite how long. I know how long they take hours wise, give or take, but I haven't spent time really diving into how many days I can take to finish a cardigan and how fast I can do it. The fastest one that I've ever made, it took me about 3 days due to some wrist pain, just trying to crochet that quickly, but I'm going to see how fast I can crochet this one in this video as well. So if you guys want to also know how fast I can truly finish a full oversized cardigan, go ahead and stick around for the rest of the video. But I'm gonna quit rambling, I'm gonna go read my book, sip some water, then pick up another ball and add it to this cardigan, and you guys will see some clips, and I will be back in a short little while to talk through what the cardigan is looking like after 3 balls have been worked through. All right, quick little update. I have been working away, and I have gotten to the part where I'm about to close up the top of the cardigan, which means I'm on row 22. And here is what it is looking like. I always like looking at it before I close it up. See how much I did in one day. I think that's a little bit crazy. We are on row 22. I have worked up a couple of sides and now I am about to close it up. So here is what we are looking like so far today. Let's see, where's it at? I have worked up to the corner where I'm about to close it. I have about this much left of, it's kind of falling on itself now, this much left of my 3rd ball. And so I am going to work up this. I'm going to go ahead and fold it now. So let me go ahead and go through that. So folding it in on itself, this is what it is looking like now. It is that oversized perfect size right now, and so I'm going to crochet across and seam up the top here, and then we're going to work from there on the rest of the sleeve. So we do a couple more rows of the sleeve, we do a decrease round, and then we do the cuff. I'll probably record some little clips here and there of me doing that, and I will be back pretty soon, whether I run out of yarn to show you how far the third ball did get me on this side of the cardigan, or if we finish up the cuff first with what yarn we have left, then I'll show you that. I will be back in a little bit, little time-lapse clips of me working on this, but I just wanted to show you how far I had gotten with ball 3, and it is looking so good. We might actually get to starting the second side today, so I'm excited to see how far we get. Stay tuned. I am weaving in the end now. I did get all the way through the cuff before I ran out of yarn. I haven't ran out of yarn yet, but boy, was I close. So I am kind of shocked. This like never happens this well ever, but I don't know, maybe the luck is just in my favor today. I literally had this much yarn left, and that was it from the third ball, so that's absolutely crazy. I finished this off just in time, and I am going to continue weaving this end in, and then I think I'm gonna go ahead and maybe read another chapter, relax a little bit, and then I think I'm definitely going to keep working today. My wrists don't feel tired. They don't feel like they're hurting at all, actually. I feel like it would be perfect to just keep working and kind of just see how much I can get through today, honestly, because I've never finished a cardigan in 2 full days, and I've finished one in 3 before, but I've never finished one in 2, and so I'm curious to see if I can do it with this one. Doing the back and putting them together honestly doesn't take that long. If I can get through the 2 sides in the span of 2 days, I feel like I could definitely get through the back and keep it like that. But anyway, I just finished this off. I wanted to show you the cuff because I think the cuff turned out looking so good. So the cuff ended up meeting right back. Here's where I seamed it up. Ended up meeting right back at the same color. So there is the dark blue, and then it goes into the light blue and yellow, like almost like a fluorescent, like greenish yellow on this side. And then the back, or the other side of the cuff, is perfect too. It then goes into this like more darker yellow, this orange color, and then back into the blue. So it got every single color of the whole cardigan on there, and so I feel like that looks so cute. But here is the finished first side. So we have that full sleeve, that cuff is done all the way down the body. It looks so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and keep working. I'm gonna go grab another ball off of my desk. I'm going to probably use up what's left of this just a little bit, tie on some new yarn, weave in some ends, and get started on the next piece. So this is what 3 balls of yarn got me this time around, and I think it looks so good. So yeah, I will catch back in with you later to see how much more we get done today. All right, so we are back for day 2 of working on this cardigan. My goal is to finish it today, but I wanted to go over what we finished last time. So first day working on this, we obviously got through the first half of the cardigan here, and then the second thing that we got through was going through the first ball, working up the second side. So today our goal is to finish the second side and then put the pieces together for the cardigan. So here's that piece again. I'm going to take my next ball here, go ahead and get started working through this, and I will update you once I get through another one of these balls, and we will see how far we can get on day 2. All right, I am back with my update. So I worked through another ball of yarn onto the cardigan. Here's what the big piece is looking like here. So we are about halfway through row 19 and we go into row 22 before we close up the top of the cardigan and then start the sleeves. So here is that little bit of an update. I am going to jump right into connecting my next ball. This is number 6 out of 7 that we have purchased for this cardigan. I'm going to go ahead and attach this ball and keep on working, and I'll be back to do another update either when we finish this whole side of the cardigan or when we run out of this ball, whichever one happens first. But I will be back when that has happened and catch you guys up. All right, I am back with the whole second side of the cardigan all the way done. Again, we lucked out with the way the cuff worked out. So we have every color on the cuff, and then where I sewed up the cuff ended up being the same color with what was right before it, right on this like darker yellow, like orangish color. And so that turned out perfect. So we have both sides of our cardigan done now. I have this much left of my ball of yarn. And now that both sides of the cardigan are done, all we have to do is put them together and do the back row and then do a little border on it. So I'm going to go ahead, maybe time lapse this part a little bit of me doing the back and the border, and then I will be back when the cardigan is all the way done. I did want to mention here real fast that I use a 4mm hook on the cuffs. I meant to mention that when I was doing the cuffs, but completely forgot. But I did want to let you know when I change hook sizes. So I use a 4mm for the cuffs and then a 6.5 for the majority of the cardigan. Every time you see that like granny stitch, it is made with the 6.5mm. the cardigan is officially done. As you saw in the last clip, I decided to take the yarn that I had left in my very last ball or in my last skein and roll it up into a cake using my yarn winder. So you guys saw a little bit of that. And then I just wanted to talk through a little bit more of my process. So I just wanted to say also and a reminder that this colorway was called Amber Honey, and it is part of Hobby Lobby's print line. So this is what Amber Honey looks like worked up into that cardigan. I was going through and telling you a little bit as it happened about the hook sizes that I was using. And so I just wanted to touch on the fact that when I do my border here, so I do another row of the clusters all around the cardigan. That's still in that normal 6.5 hook. And then I just do a row of single crochet finishing off the border. That single crochet round is always done with a 5.5 millimeter hook. So I size down a whole like one hook size. I size down to a 5.5 to do that part. But here is that cardigan all the way done. I think it looks absolutely adorable. The other thing that I wanted to talk about with this cardigan that I thought turned out just perfect was I started the single crochet border down on this corner. I started right here, and then I started working up this side with the dark blue happened to be there. As we went along the back border, we came along with the light blue, and it changed to dark blue just in time. So it looks completely seamless in the corner that I started with. Full dark blue. I thought that lining up with the way that, again, the cuffs also happened to line up, both of them perfect on the right color, looked so good. So I was so happy that happened. I felt like this for number 20 on the 206 cardigan list was just perfect. It was a beautiful experience. I'm so glad that you guys got to come along and experience that with me as we worked through this cardigan together. But here's one last look. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, do all of the YouTubey things, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.